Yes, my name is Bench and welcome back to Smugglers Cove. It's been a while since we've been here. You may have been wondering where I've been the past couple of weeks. I've actually been sick and haven't been able to do any new videos, unfortunately. Haven't been able to work either, so it's a bit of a pain, but we're back here. You'll also notice, if you're watching this straight on from the previous videos, that the space looks different, and that's because we're in a brand new universe. If we hit P here, we can see that the station's sitting in a section of void area in this particular galaxy. We've had to change to a new server and bring the cove over with us so that we can actually work on it a bit more, and since we were moving it over, we might as well pick, as you can see there, nice little section where there really isn't anything near us. There's no star, there's no planets. The station's sort of scattered around, but there's still several sectors away from us, so it's just us on our lonesome here in this particular void area, and that means that all our max segments can be dedicated to being able to render the station because it is rather large. You can see here it's taking quite a while. I've got shadows off and turned everything down a bit, but you can see it is still quite large and takes quite a while to load as we fly around. So you can see here our top section, doing a bit of a recap of where we're up to. You can see we've got our fusion reactors in the side there. Our manufacturing floor has its little loading area here going well, so we can go through there, and you can see we've started using that to store some of our little templated pieces here. On the other side, we can flick over and you can see we've got some of our logic circuits as well going in there. If we go down a floor, we're slowly adding in the main hangar controls. You can see the areas that we haven't, still yellow with the blue. We'll get around to doing that at some point. And if we go down more, you can see we've got our areas here, our big viewing areas. I'm not too sure exactly what we're going to use them for, but we got some massive windows there. And then our slums area underneath, which we've been working a bit on in recent episodes. You can see we've got our little floor here, we've got our way working up, we've got our arrival elevator into here, we've got the bar and our little area here as well. And we've also started adding some other ramps and stuff going around. It looks very Blade Runner-ish, crazy colours here. You can see that's one of the remnants off one of the ships that we have loaded in here as part of it, and we've kind of built a decking around to kind of make it look a bit more together there. You can see that joins up to the open end of another part of one of the other ships, and also we can see down here we've started adding in something that looks a bit more industrial, and this fan section, and under here this catwalk area you can actually walk around in. So you can imagine it will make for some more ominous meeting areas if you so choose, and our express elevator there at the moment. I'm undecided yet whether or not that'll become a multi-level elevator or just the express one that goes up and down straight through the bowels of the station. You can see it falls quite the distance. And then we've got this area underneath. I'll probably extend a little bit more. This was going to be like some fueling barrages sort of stuff, and we might be able to use the build helper for that. And then with like a meeting area underneath. I think that was the general premise of everything. But for now, we'll get into it and keep working on the station, some of the sections that we have been working on. So we've added in these fuel tanks now. You can see here, they're brown. And we've also got some massive fuel lines coming out of it that travel around this under area of the cove. You can see they reach up into these little fuel depot sort of areas here that you could plug into, and they've also got like a little valve there on them as well, so you can see they are there for those docking areas, and they're there for the other docking areas as well. So in total we have 8 that all weave around and connect up to these massive tanks underneath the station. Practically speaking, we can also use them to fill up with shield generators or power to go along with the aesthetics that we have here. But for now, we'll keep going. Okay, we've added in some blinking lights, you can see here. They update a bit better once you're actually close to them. But for a whole, at least they're there, and when they do start blinking, you'll notice them a bit more, which is the whole point of a warning light. So they're in there to kind of highlight that you're getting close to the tanks, and they'll be a lot more visible if you're playing with shadows on, which at the moment I'm not. I built the control room for that. Is actually down our little catwalk here in the slums area, and it's just an access panel through this room here. You can see there it is, and it's got some error stuff built into it. I can go in there and switch it off, and you'll see it all switch off. If I turn it on again, it starts up again, which is nice. So that's one of the other new little features that we added in, and it's a good way to still maintain some control and know where it is for things like that, because you know it's a big system, even though it's not too visible, and you know, and it's a bit more centrally kept as well. So if multiple people are here at the station, someone's going to be somewhere where that particular area is loaded, so that there's some regularity to these lights as well. So we're going to keep on going. We'll probably extend down now. Now that we've got our tanks in place, you can see we've put the supports in for the express elevator, and we'll go down and finish off down the bottom with our big council chambers area, and that'll probably be the lowest point that will go with the station. You can see there what it looks like with those tanks in place. Definitely adds a lot more depth to it. We weren't really getting all that much. It does take a little while to load. It is a very, very big station after all. I mean, let's look at the stats. We're looking at something like almost 5 million blocks here. It's ridiculous. And eventually we'll get to doing this top area as well. Just finding some more inspiration for it. I'm going to pull this area out. I don't like the idea of it being the hangars, so it'll turn into something else up there, and then we'll finish off with our main area up the top as well. But for now, that's how the station's looking and coming along. It's very large, and that's not even including the planet remnants that we're going to build around it as well. Fortunately, we have a lot of space that we can work on that. But for now, that's how far the Smugglers Cove station has come, and join us next episode.
Thanks for watching another Starmade video. We release videos every second day, so don't forget to subscribe.